It's been a great season of kayaking. I got to spend plenty of time with the Zet Ninja, seeing what this brilliant boat had to offer. In this episode, I'm going to share my thoughts on this boat. I'm going to try something new with my end of season reviews. I've come up with categories that I personally look for in a creek boat. These categories being stability, edges, boofability, slideability, comfort, speed, rollability, and control. I'm going to use a scale between 1 and 5 for each category, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Then I'll break down my reasons. At the end of my review, the boat will have a score. This can then be used to compare boats to each other, hopefully helping you make a decision on what boat is best for you. This boat has one of the most unique hulls on the market, and it's not just for looks. There is plenty of good initial stability. However, those wings provide you with a secondary stability that allow you to lean and really drive the bow up. There is definitely a sweet spot, and the more you paddle this boat, the more stable it's going to feel for you. So because it takes a bit of time before you can really channel the stability of this boat, I'm going to give it a 3.5. The Ninja has a very unique hull, which I have mentioned before, and I want to say I love this design. The edges go from about your knees to the end of the stern. From the knees forward, the hull turns into a rounded displacement hull. It's important that you adjust your seat so the edges can be engaged. This is actually becoming more and more common with these new sporty creek boats and the position of your seat. It is super noticeable when they aren't engaging, and it doesn't take much, I mean half an inch, and you'll go from sliding all over the river to properly carving. I had to move my seat back half an inch, and this fixed everything, made it way better. So whenever you have a hybrid design, there's always a give and a take. So I'm going to give the edges on this boat a 3.5, as they aren't sharp running from tip to tail, but they are there. Don't be deceived by the lack of rocker on this boat. That wide, beautiful stern is made to load and drive that bow out of the water. When the Ninja is up to speed, the tail loads, raising the bow up higher, making it even easier to boof. The wings behind the paddler in this boat give you lots of stability when leaning on the side, making it perfect for lean boofs or ear dip boofs. This boat is very fast and its acceleration is extraordinary. This speed definitely translates into raising the bow. So I'm going to give this boat a 4 for boofability. It's incredible. With Zet being a very slalom, Euro-based company, their outfitting seems to fit more taller, slender paddlers. I had to work to make this boat comfortable for me and found it to be a lot to do with the low cockpit. I personally hated the thigh braces. Using the bee's knees, I was able to get my knee high and make the boat usable for me. I know lowering the seat can help with this too. The seat is probably the most comfortable out of any boat I've paddled, as it really provides support and is actually a butt warmer in the colder climate. I really like the back band in the boat as well. It's probably one of the more comfortable out of all the kayaks I have paddled this season. So I'm giving the outfitting a 2.5. I know this is a bit harsh, but I have to consider the other boats I've paddled and how much work I had to do to make this actually comfortable for me. So what gave this boat a 3.5 for edges gives it a 4.5 for slideability. This boat carries speed over rocks and shallow sections of river. This is because of its hybrid bow and the displacement section on the front of the boat. I was consistently impressed with how this boat could travel over these rocks and boulders with so much ease. This ability impressed me so much that this boat became my preferred creek boat. Especially with the low snowpack this year in Alberta, this came in handy a lot. One of the first things you're going to notice when paddling this boat is its speed. This boat is really fast and you can create a lot of momentum very quickly. You may have to adjust your timing to this as you will arrive at your destination much quicker than you expect. You can easily shed this speed by pivot turning its tail in an eddy. This boat's speed makes it extremely fun and I'm going to give it a 5. Because this boat is fast, easy to turn, can slide around the river, yet have enough edge to do pretty much any kind of whitewater, it's going to get a 4.5 for control. Also, I found going over drops is easy to control your angle of descent, and the bow would resurface in a very predictable and controlled manner. The Ninja rolls quite easily, despite how it looks with those wings. I've been upside down in all kinds of swirly water and rolled the Ninja with ease. I'm going to give the Ninja a 4 for rollability. There are lots of choices in the current market for Sporty Creek boats. As we're going to see, they all have their goods and bads. On top of everything I've mentioned, I want to say Zet has bomber plastic for their boats. The Ninja surfs like a dream, probably better than the other Sporty Creekers I've tried. If you aren't in the weight range for this boat, you're probably not going to find it easy to paddle. You'll have a hard time getting those edges to perform for you. Out of a total of 40 possible points, this boat gets 31.5, giving it a score of 78.75. I hope you've enjoyed this review and found it useful. Please leave any questions or comments below and we'll chat. Your comments and questions are how I make these better, and without them, I am just me, which is okay at best. Anyhow, see you next time.